Yeah.
Hi guys.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's for
guys.
the after.
Yeah,
that's
we're live. We're live.
the after
Marco,
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say something that
No, we're live, Sean. We're live.
it's Saturday morning. You know what that means. The Comics Pals are live. The gang's all here. Say hello as you join us live on Twitch. Marco was just
Airing his dirty laundry.
just letting us know his
I'm
preferences.
glad I'm glad I let you know when we were live. That's good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
That's very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise,
We be a 3-man show.
Yeah. Very, very possibly. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Trapzord. What's up? Sylph Stevenson. Well, what's up? Kristen, what's up? Welcome.
Yo.
Welcome. Oh, Kristen. That's a name we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
went out last night.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
Nice.
so I saw on Marco's Instagram. Marco's
So my mom?
out. Yeah, Marco's
Oh,
out
yeah.
partying with his mom at 2:00 in the morning.
Bro, she's a fucking vibe, dude. She gets it. She hangs out. She was there smoking the hookah, drinking the drinks, dancing. Good shit.
Yeah, your mom can
Kudos
hang.
party hard, my man.
Yo,
No
too
joke.
much. Like I could not hang. I'm sorry.
Hey, dude, Marco. She was shaking it, man.
Yep.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
yeah.
And hey, maybe a little not so respectful.
I can't say that because I'm Spanish too.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
We always have to respect the mothers.
I'm in a different country, so I'll take my
You
chance.
yeah, you get
That's
away with
fair.
it. Yeah.
That's fair. We have a lot to talk about today. One notable fact that I think we need to point out before we even get into the show is the fact that this is the first week in 5 weeks, that we have no Ezra watch.
Whoa.
I know. I noticed that.
Wow.
For 1 week, at least, the menace is contained.
What are they building?
Yeah,
Feels like a bomb just waiting to go off.
a
God
bomb.
bomb. Hey.
Yeah.
There it is.
Subscribe to the Patreon. Oh, there we go.
Speaking of God bombs, we've got I've got 3 references to that concept. Number 1 is the patreon.com/the Comics Pals page, where for $3 a month you can support the show and check out our newsletter, which is where Tyler debuted a new drink called the God Bomb.
Literally made from scratch. Like, this is something I've been gestating in my brain for a bit.
And then your bowels.
No, even though it has charcoal in it, I was good, man. I felt good.
Was your shit black?
No, it wasn't.
Your teeth
That was a
black.
very, very, very intrusive question, Sean. But you know what? It wasn't. It wasn't like that Burger King Halloween burger. You ever remember those?
No.
That
The
was
oh,
the thing.
wait,
Yeah.
did it have a black bun?
Yeah, with the black bun. Yeah.
Nasty. I would never eat that. You ate that?
Yeah. No, I didn't, but there was like controversy over it because people were scared that it was turning, their excrement pitch black. When honestly, I'd say that makes it even spookier. So,
Wow.
spooky
Dude,
poopy.
Yeah. Halloween's the time for a true fright.
Was it Beats?
Beats are scary.
Also, morning, Harris. Welcome to the show. Also, I'll get back to the plugs a little later. Well, I guess we're still doing plugs, but a different kind of plug. Thor. Oh, relax.
All right, we're good. It's too early for that.
We're not plugging Thor. We're plugging our Thor content.
I would plug
Although
Thor.
after Thor: Love and Thunder, there are probably a lot of individuals across the spectrum of gender who want to plug Thor.
Gender
Yeah.
non-binaries.
All over the place. We have a Thor review that, if you're listening to this live,
was
we
great.
haven't even recorded
Oh,
yet.
okay. I was gonna.
If you're not listening to it live and you're listening to this anytime after, the review's great. Go check it out. We had a great time talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. The question is, did we like it or not?
And that is the
And
question.
That's the question we're going to be answering over there.
Christian, we'll talk about Valkyrie on that review. Don't worry about that. We'll
yeah.
have some Valkyrie discussion. That's for sure.
You know what, Kristen? That's more of where I'm trying to go.
Sean-
Less Thor, more Valkyrie, more Mighty Thor. I could go with that.
Listen, I'm just happy to be there.
Hey, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, right? So, but also, we've got a Thor: God of Thunder book club, which features a God Bomb too.
People have been liking that one.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah, it was good. It was real good. Man, I want to say so many things, man.
Yeah. Curb it, Sean.
Yeah, oh, listen,
I
I've been doing this for 5
come-
years.
I see it coming out the seams.
Yeah, man. Yeah, God.
Maybe we should have done the review first.
Just to get the energy out.
Yep.
Harris says I want a Kat Dennings spinoff. Yo, when Kat Dennings came on the screen,
No.
Hold on.
Okay, all right.
In WandaVision,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is the best character in the MCU.
Yo,
She just, you don't know where she's gonna pop up, but she pops up, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a good friend.
yeah, exactly. Tell a few jokes, hang out,
Yeah.
leave. You know, that's a good meeting. It's a good
That's
meeting.
how I go to social gatherings.
Show up, crack a few jokes, and I'm out.
Leave.
Yeah, I'm out. Yep.
That should be your shirt, dude. Didn't
Go have a Kat
Roman-
Dennings shirt.
I
No.
guess.
Because I mean,
Wow.
I'll have a Two Broke Girls shirt, but just like Photoshop myself next to Kat Dennings. Actually,
Hold on a second.
I might be onto something.
Sylv, don't worry. We're gonna talk
No,
about Thor.
yeah, we're
but
not-
No spoilers.
Yeah, we're not spoiling anything at all. No one here has to worry. We will be good. So yeah, just good times all around. Let's talk about because this is the 298th episode, if you can believe that.
I can't.
And I've been
I
doing
can't.
it.
That equates to 5 years that we've been doing this. 300's on the way. So we wanted to talk about what we want to do for the 300th episode and how you guys can be a part of that. So first of all, we were thinking it'd be pretty cool if you guys, if you want, no one has to, of course, sent in, messages about what you like about the show, why you listen, stuff like that. You can do that in audio form, or you can write it in, whatever your preference is. If you send in audio, if you want to send in audio, you can send Tyler to the email.
Yeah. Everything to the email is probably the best course of
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
thecomicspals@gmail.com. You send any messages you want us to get right there, and we'll receive it. We'll work it into the 300th episode. We did this for the 200th episode, I think, as well. Or maybe it was our 4-year anniversary. I don't know. We did something like this before without the audio part, and it was pretty cool. So we'll do that again.
And if you just want to write it in too, you can do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anywhere. Yeah. Doesn't have to be audio or video.
Yeah. Whatever it is that you feel like you want to send in, we're happy to receive it. And we're gonna play. Tyler, can I announce?
You can. Yep.
We're gonna play our first edition of Journey into Quistery for 2022.
The year of our Lord, 2022.
I don't know about the Lord.
That's why it sucks so bad.
Yeah, this year's been a little devilish. Gotta say.
Oh, you're telling me, Sean.
Yeah. But yeah.
We're gonna play some games. I have ideas percolating, as fellow Yonkers-ian Mary J. Blige would say.
From the Yonkers?
So, yeah, she's from Yonkers. Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Okay.
Is she the most famous person from
Yeah.
Yonkers? Oh my god.
Her and Steven Tyler, I think, are the two biggest ones. John
all
Voight,
right.
another one.
Steven Tyler has got to be number one.
Me eventually.
At some point, yeah.
Hey, if we keep going the direction we're going, you mentioned
could be
you
negative
mentioned-
as well.
You mentioned an idea you had the other day about a way to get some money and recognition. Do you want to share that with the listeners?
No, I'm not going to tell them about selling pictures of my feet. Harris said Eddie Kingston as well, AEW wrestler.
All right, Eddie Kingston is not as famous as Tyler. That's the bar. Are they as famous as Tyler?
As me? Or
Yes.
Steven Tyler? Which Tyler are we talking about?
One of them.
Well,
Either one.
I'm just saying I might become famous. I just finished a second reread of Catcher in the Rye, so I'm ready.
All right.
My
Feet
brother has this-
whoa, Kristen. Feet Finder.
She's right. That's the website.
All right. So,
Sean,
Kristen, first of all,
this is not on me,
No,
first of all.
Tyler, you are on the side right now.
Okay, all right, I'll
All right,
mute.
thank you. Why do you know about this website?
Why don't you not know about
And-
this website?
Because I don't go to websites called Feet Finder.
It's
I don't go to a website
lucrative.
with Finder in the name. I'm not trying to find feet. And do you use that website? Those are my two questions.
I know somebody who uses it pretty extensively.
Do I also know this person?
All
we
three
get
of you
it.
know. All three of you know who this person is, and I'm going to air him out on the show.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's Rob Liefeld. Boom, got him, friend of the show.
Who's at the top of Feet Finder right now? Who's on the
It's not
homepage?
okay. I'm going to say, guys, it wasn't me that brought up feet this time. I'm just going for the bit, but it wasn't me. Just let the record show. This was not my fault. And his
Okay,
feet,
so
is feet on the show today?
You
no, Feet is not
literally
here.
exposed yourself as thinking about selling feet pics. So
can.
you can never escape from the being responsible for foot conversations.
City
on
boys
this
up.
podcast.
Come on.
All
You
right.
got to be a content creator somehow, you know.
Kristen, I'm going to take that comment you made as confirmation, and I'm not even going to ask any more questions about it. Oh, man. All right. We've got a lot of show to do. So before we get into everything else, I do want to let you guys know how you can support the show. Patreon.com/thecomicspals. We mentioned Tyler's God Bomb. There's a lot of fun stuff going on around there. We've got the new Palling Around. We talked about movies this time. So go check that out. It's a lot of fun. The book club voting has closed. And the winner is
Say it,
Chainsaw Man.
woo, boys. We did it.
The years 2022 and perpetually anti or at least for bits manga guy me is going to be hosting an episode about a manga. So
I can't wait.
fucking it surprised me, but I'm ready. I haven't read it yet, so let's it'll be fun.
Get your reading done. Get your rereads done. Submit your questions to us for it. Because I know I'm gonna have questions.
How many volumes are you doing?
One.
Just the one.
Ooh, what a
Well,
shame.
yeah, I think it'll be.
I
It
think
should be like
two,
three
Should it?
chapters probably. There is a point that I'm thinking of that's like a good chunk of story.
Yeah, and then
That
the twist at some point.
Are you saying we should do volume 2 as well? Is that I
No.
haven't read it, so okay.
I'll look up how far I think we should go to get a good amount
Okay,
of story.
Cool. Gotcha.
Yeah.
A reasonable amount of story, not like the whole thing's good, but like, you know, a reasonable amount of okay, this is a journey that we can go on.
Sean, you've read a book by this creator already.
Who
for
is
the
this?
Tatsuki Fujimoto. We did
show? Goodbye, Eri.
Yeah, Goodbye Eric. Yes, on Pals Pulse.
Oh.
It's quality, dude.
That was
Just
pretty damn
imagine
good.
that, except with demons.
With
Am I right on that?
demons,
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't really care for chainsaws.
It's
You're gonna.
an odd statement.
I know.
Spoken like a guy who does not have to do lawn work. So
Do you do lawn work?
No, I complain about the other people doing long work when I'm trying to drink a beer outside of my porch.
Someone that my aunt works with chainsawed his fucking leg. Okay?
On purpose?
No, while he was trying to cut trees and shit in his neighborhood.
We can't do both at the same time.
Nice. If you're cutting your leg through, you might.
he sawed his leg.
Damn.
And when he sawed his leg, they came and they helped him. And, you know, there's not a lot you can do for a person who just sawed their leg.
Was it off?
No, but like he sawed into it, you know, like he got a little,
right.
he got some meat off, you know.
Nice.
And I can't imagine that when you chainsaw your leg a little bit, that it's really a little bit. Like, oh, I nicked myself.
Yeah.
You know, that's like you chainsawed your fucking leg. I don't care how long it was on your leg.
Yeah,
but they said that this is actually a very common thing. A lot of men, it is a male injury. A lot of men chainsaw themselves by mistake.
Yeah. That's what this book is about.
I bet.
It's about guys becoming their own, like, waiters at churrascarias or something like that, you know, slicing some meat off.
A little buzz. Bzz, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
What's up, Kefis?
Just tell me when, you know,
So-
that sort of thing.
You know, I mentioned I have a lot of questions. I have questions about this, like who betrayed me. I put the call out last week for, you know, you guys to help
What's your issue?
by not voting for Chainsaw Man. And then of course you guys did
Pulled
the
through.
exact opposite.
Pulled through.
So thank you for that.
I think
You
the
didn't
worst
see
part
that
is-
coming?
Yeah, I
What?
think the worst part is we know who it was.
We know who voted for it. Yeah. I think it's anonymous. If it wasn't, I would mark down every name. I'd mark down every single name.
To be fair, Harris has outed himself in the Discord many
Harris
times.
outed
as being-
himself.
yeah, yeah.
That's true. Nihilist outed himself as well.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Patreon just to do that, just to crush me. So thanks a lot. Harris says it was me all along, Austin.
It was me, Sean.
No Vince McMahon.
Oh, no,
references
yeah,
on this
no.
podcast.
No, we
my
can't
man
do
has
that.
paid $12 million to keep his sexual escapades with employees.
saw that.
He
private.
spent more for blowjobs than he did for WCW.
That's
Yo,
nuts.
City Boys. God, fucking Vince.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so we're still in plugs somehow. So let me just get through this because we've got other things to do.
Yeah, it's not like anyone has a heart out here.
It's not like we have a whole other thing to do after.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Mhm.
Thor Love and Thunder book club's out now. Go check that out. YouTube.com/thecomics-pals. Subscribe for free. Like the video. Share it with your friends. All that stuff's free to do and it helps us out a lot more than it costs you. If you want to catch this show live, we are live every single week. Twice a week, actually, at twitch.tv/thecomics-pals. Saturdays at 10:15 a.m. Eastern for this show. 6 p.m. Eastern for Pals Pulls. You guys were funny on Thursday. I wasn't there. You guys
a
were
wild
funny.
change of pace, right?
Yeah. What happened?
Massages.
I leave. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys told-
Kale got
told
a little
massage
bit of
stories.
the. Yeah, he got the knots pulled out of him.
Beaten out of me.
Who was it that took the macho elbow in their ass? Tyler, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do it again too.
All right. And that's not in the
she
YouTube.
She put one elbow in my ass, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, like it's great.
That's not in the YouTube. So if you want to see us have conversations like that, that's like palling around stuff. So if you want to see
It is
that,
very
join the
much like
Patreon,
that, yeah.
or watch us live because you never know. Live after the show, we might lose our minds and talk about feet. Who knows? But
Turn
yeah,
the show.
so Discord, join our Discord server. We're always having fun over there. There's a link to that in the description of anything you see our name on, pretty much.
And no Thor spoilers in there either.
No Thor spoilers in there either. That is true. Real quick, I forgot to do it. I want to shout out the people who chose to join us at the $10 tier on Patreon. You get a snazzy nickname, a superhero, supervillain name. Tyler, I forgot to ask if you wanted to bestow a nickname onto our latest patron.
Oh, it's Nihilus, right?
Right. So if you want to ruminate on that, I'll run through these names.
I will.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So thank you to Thunderstruck Rebecca Alejandro, the Night Stalker Harris Najinski, Brian Demolisher Del Pozo, Julissa the Jaguar, and Random Rocio, the Courageous Kunaladas, Catfish the Incorruptible, the Great Destroyer, Hyper Viper 89, Momentum Mike Elliott, Starcross Catherine Stars, and Indestructible Indy Aaron. Thank you to all of you so much. You good, Tyler, or you need some more?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. So I'm going off of what I know. Nihilus of Nihilus. He writes, from what I remember, right? He's right, and he's a big a proponent of us reading some McFarlane. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be Nihilus, the Hellspawn Scribe.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's good. That's
Wow.
His power is, it's very Death Note-y. He writes things down and people get hurt.
Sean, Death Note's a manga. Just
Yeah.
you.
Death Note's one of them mangas that them Duffer brothers from the Stranger Guys are doing.
The Stranger Guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Nihilus, the Hellspawn Scribe. There we go.
That's good.
Thank you. It's called
Good
improv.
shit. All
Yes, and
Good stuff.
right. Let's get into the listener comments. We gotta catch up on time here.
all right, I'll do this as quick as I can. All right, so Dan Trudeau on episode 297, the Oni Press issue that we talked about. It's sad that almost 40 years after the height of religious right hysteria over obscenity, we're right back where we started. Through my teen years, it seemed that there was a constant barrage of news about parents groups trying to ban books, music, TV shows, etc. If you look at the legal record, they almost lost every time, and it died down as soon as we went to the 90s. Now we are here again with another wave of moral crusaders trying to make a career out of their public virtuousness. It's a bad story that keeps replaying, probably because it continues to be a profitable industry for those involved. There's a perpetual audience eager to hear how we're sliding into moral degradation, and these court cases are a great way to grab its attention.
I mean, yeah, we're swimming in a toilet bowl, moral degradation all the way down. Video games,
Swimming in a toilet
movies. It's that's the cause of it. That's the root cause of it, I think.
Do we know Dan's age? Was Dan around for Satanic Panic? That's what it's sounding like.
Sounds
Dan,
like, yeah.
Dan's a little, a little older. I know he's a parent, and he's mentioned like being around the block in the 80s, I believe, and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, so definitely Satanic Panic, yeah.
yeah.
Friggin' Stranger Guys is dealing with that same topic in this season of the show. Stranger Things, sorry.
Great season.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. The Boys better. I just finished The Boys. Favorite show on TV. It's fucking fantastic. It's phenomenal.
Boys is great.
But yeah, no, Dan, you're right. Shit's dumb. And, me, podcaster, I can be eloquent. The shit's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, we're pulling for those at Oni. We're hoping that this shit goes nowhere. But anytime you get sued, if it gets to trial, there is money involved, and Oni they could just bleed the coffers defending themselves, and that would suck. So they'll probably lose ultimately, the dumbass that's suing them, but that doesn't come without a cost, and Oni will maybe have to pay that cost. So
Yeah.
We also had some comments on the Thor God of Thunder book club that we did. So Cam WG95. With the timey-wimey stuff, I thought Gore was going to end up becoming the god of his home planet, worshipped in the past, but he was too distracted killing gods to tend to his own worshippers, including his past self.
XD.
It's pretty good.
XD, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea.
Good irony. Yeah.
Why'd you keep that XD in there, Sean? Did you want me to try and figure out how to audibly say XD?
Yeah, I wanted you
I
to
was
say
around
XD.
I was around during the MySpace era. Come on, I made a GeoCities page that specifically fished people's Neopets login information. I know about XD, okay?
That's a weird thing to say and a weird thing to admit.
The statute of limitations is gone. We're good. Catherine also mentioned on that same episode, this is a quintessential Thor story you could hand it to any person. Very true. That was a quote from us. Very true. You guys recommended this to me a few months back, and I absolutely loved it so much. I couldn't put it down. Was reading virtually. and I keep telling my husband he's got to read it. Gore as a villain is fantastic too, with what I feel is great motivation, only for him to be later seen as godlike, and for that to be commented on, and something I thought of too. I'm very excited for the movie, but I'm also nervous they're not going to totally nail the story in the movie. Let's ignore that last part. We'll get to that. I don't want to have any of us react to that last part.
Resurface the comment for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gore's the kind of villain that, like, I don't need to ever see Gore again. And I'm talking about just strictly in the comics. Like, I don't need to see Gore ever again. Nailed it in one. And I think that sometimes when you have a villain that's that good, you really can't bring them back, because it's like your gambit, your ultimate strategy, you put the hero through the ringer and you lost. So how can you up that? You know? And this is one of those cases where I don't think anyone's going to write it better. I don't think anyone's going to nail Gore like Jason Aaron did. I think one shot, great job. Put him in the bin.
He hasn't come back, right? Like, he's not a recurring character at all.
I have not seen him again. I don't think.
Been references, but I don't think he's fully come back.
Yeah.
Because didn't we discuss that the Necro Sword in the comics is
It's created by Null.
it was Null. Yeah.
He's come back in like flashbacks and stuff like that. Like the persistence of Gore weighs on Thor. So that's still there. So side note, I saw Thor: Love and Thunder at the Alamo Draft House, and they do like a pre-show, and they had a guy explaining the God Bomb arc on a huge screen. I was looking at Assad Ribic comic art panels on a movie screen, and like,
wow,
that's awesome.
Shit, it still looked really damn good.
Yeah, dude.
I don't believe it.
It was a weird thing to see, but I recommend that book.
Catfish says, "Man, remember all our friends we lost to hardcore drugs after they tried pot? So sad." You know what? I had a friend who used to smoke weed, and now he's homeless.
Definitely related.
Yeah, is there a correlation or?
Yeah.
No. No, actually, he was like a basketball player when we were kids, and he was really good. He was playing in high school and stuff.
Got hurt, didn't he?
And his jealous friends laced his weed with angel dust.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
And now
Damn.
Now he's homeless.
Oh, okay. Well, never do angel dust, guys.
Yeah. Hey, listen, devil's lettuce.
Don't have friends. Is really the moral of that
that's
story.
the true thing. Don't do sports. That's what I've been doing.
What?
I don't do sports, so that way nobody was ever jealous enough of my skills to then waste my my recreationals. You know.
I thought you said you'd been doing sports. I was like, wait a moment.
I almost said water sports, but I didn't, guys. I didn't.
Oh my god!
didn't
You
say
said it now.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Got him.
I have no more comments to talk about, Sean. So you can.
Thank you to everyone who chose to write in. You guys can get us YouTube, comicspals@gmail.com. Basically, anywhere there's a comment box, you send a comment our way, and we will most likely read it on the air if we like it. So thank you. Yeah, Kefis, they're not friends. They're douchebags. They used to see him in the street and laugh at him,
What the fuck,
knowing
dude?
what they did to him.
Jeez.
Awful. That's what happens when you grow up in the mean streets of Manhattan, guys.
I see the segue coming.
You do?
Yeah. Because the next topic we're talking about, you're gonna make me do the segue.
Now.
We've seen a lot of these streets on shows like Daredevil, shows like Jessica Jones, the Netflix Marvel stuff, and now we're seeing it in the Marvel Disney Plus stuff because we're getting an Echo show.
More of the Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah, and we know about that. We know we're getting the Echo show. That's not the big thing here. It's not the headline. The headline is that Daredevil and Kingpin will be in the show. That's according to the Hollywood Reporter. Now, yeah.
I was gonna say the Hollywood Reporter is getting lit up on the internet too lately for some other things. I guess I'll mention it after we talk about this Echo stuff, but it is Marvel related stuff. But
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that. A few weeks ago, we talked about how Daredevil, the television show, was going to be making a return, and that they had hired a writer, I believe, or director, one of those two. Pretty sure it was a writer. But we also heard that Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter, was seen on set for a show that, or a project that wasn't named, and we didn't know what that was about. It looks like that might be Echo, because we know Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox are here. Apparently, Daredevil's going to be looking for one of his friends. He's looking for an ally. And the rumor is, and this is coming from the podcast, The Weekly Planet, when are we going to get our shout out on The Hollywood Reporter? Do we have to make shit up?
We need some scoops.
How do we get a scoop?
You make it up.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
You know what's messed up? We've had scoops. We have had scoops. We just haven't been able to talk about them. Because not for movies, but like for like comic stuff.
Comics and stuff. Yeah.
That's
right.
True. I had the scoop on do a power bomb years in advance.
Yeah, that's right.
I think everyone had that scoop.
Yeah, no, yeah. DWJ was very proud of that book.
But yeah, so Echo is gonna unite Daredevil, Kingpin, and Jessica Jones. And wherever Jessica Jones is, Luke Cage,
Sure
not
to
that far
follow.
behind.
Yep.
Really? Oh, you didn't mean that way. Never mind.
What do you mean?
You know what he
Luke
means.
Cage not far behind Jessica Jones.
Yeah, his wife.
Read Alias. Let's just say read Alias.
I haven't read Alias.
There's some behind in that book.
Oh, I'm not even going to touch that.
Guys, the coffee's hitting me hard today.
Kristen says, after Spider-Man, I don't trust the Hollywood Reporter. Why is that? I don't know if they got something wrong with that. But yeah.
Thanks, Harris.
I love this. I think using Echo as a way to unite the Netflix
7?
characters.
Do we have 7? Can we do like a Unite the 7 knockoff of Netflix characters? Do we have 7 of them?
Let's see. Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist,
Elektra,
Kingpin. And Kingpin. Unite the 7. Boom. There you go.
I'll Photoshop it later.
Kingpin wouldn't be one of the 7, would he?
One of the 7 Netflix people, heroes, villains.
Who's Elektra?
What?
Oh, I had a brain fart for a second. I was thinking Electro, and I'm like, who? What? Like, who come? Like,
Jamie Foxx.
5-year comics podcast host
Who's Elektra?
says, "Who's
Fuck is
Elektra?"
I blanked for a second. I'm like, Electro? Is that what he meant to say? But he's not a Netflix show. What are you talking about?
What the fuck is a Daredevil? Is Evil Knievel in this show?
No,
else?
it's fuck the Fonz. It's the Fonz.
Hey.
With those A's in the chat. Yeah, this is great. This is great. And this is the kind of thing that, like, because look, would we ever need an Echo show or an Echo movie rather? No, I don't think so, right? But a show, yeah, absolutely. And on top, yeah, why not? Do we need an Echo movie?
Do we need an Echo anything?
Well, wait, hold on, because this is a great incentive. To me, it is. You put the Netflix guys in. Yeah, this is incentive, and I don't have an expectation for Echo that the show has to meet. Whereas, like with Moon Knight, I know Moon Knight very well from the comics. I think a Moon Knight show could have worked. I wanted Moon Knight in the films, so I was disappointed. Miss Marvel, haven't even watched a single episode. Really wanted that Miss Marvel movie, didn't get it. With Echo, it's like I feel like she's the perfect character for this kind of thing.
I don't know if you guys are watching the stream or not, but Marco, maybe check it out.
What is this? Well done.
That's
Well done.
inspirational quote.
I can't believe you did that just now.
Yeah.
Man,
Harris, thanks for the Twitch
Harris,
sub.
4-month subscription. Thank you so much.
Can we make that a poster? I'm gonna buy that.
But circa 2022.
I totally just ruined everything else. It's fine.
Oh,
We're good.
Matt, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. How's it going?
The way he enters this fucking.
Although I
stream.
don't know about that intro.
Oh, he must have seen Pals Pulls.
Oh, wow.
Saw us pulling pals.
Oh man. All right, cool. So that's that. Now I'm looking forward to the Echo show. We probably won't see it until 2023. But
All it took you to look forward to it is less Echo.
Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't that diminish it somewhat though? Like if we're not necessarily, like we have this larger swath of characters and like they're just gonna bounce off each other. Does it become like a team show at that point?
In my eyes, no. In my eyes, this is a great selling point, and Echo will probably become a part of that clique. And that's a good spot for her if they're going to expand that team out or that loose team. I don't know that we'll ever see a Defenders 2 or anything like that, but I think those characters kind of, for me, one of the things that was cool about the Netflix show is that it really felt like they were interrelated. And so if they're going to continue that legacy, I'm into that.
All right, fair enough.
Let's move on. Let's talk about racism in DC.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Finally.
Racism in comics.
Yeah. So we're shifting away just for a moment from the Marvel stuff. I want to get into a little bit of a tale of Cyborg.
Another one.
Yeah, another tale of Cyborg. So you guys know the legacy of Cyborg on film, which is that he was played by Ray Fisher, and that Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns, they were alleged to have said and done some pretty questionable / racist things involving not just Ray Fisher, but other black actors on the set. According to Ray Fisher, there was some color alterations made to black bodies to lighten them. A decision made allegedly by Joss Whedon. You don't know about that, Tyler?
I didn't know about that, honestly. I was honestly, the fact that you mentioned that a Zack Snyder movie was lightened in any sense is surprising.
Well, one thing you can say almost assuredly is that Joss Whedon brightened up the whole deal. But at the time there was discussion of those bodies being brightened up. Also, and you can tell this just from watching Zack Snyder's Justice League. Black characters receiving way less screen time. Cyborg is literally the main character of Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's not a factor really in Joss Whedon's version. People have said, oh, well, Zack Snyder has the benefit of the failure of the Joss Whedon version to fix stuff like that. But I mean, the footage was shot. So anyway, off that, Cyborg in the comics, over the last decade, he became a main member of the Justice League. That was during the help me out, the
New 52.
Thank you. The New 52, the Jim Lee, and funny enough, Jeff Johns. But David F. Walker says that in 2015, when he had his Cyborg series, which would be considered New 52, or is that I would
think this was around.
It was part of it.
I think it's just part of the DCU initiative, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
Back when Black Canary came out, they tried making a couple of new series to rejuvenate some of the more side characters in solo books.
Yeah, this was like the Babs Tar Batgirl and
it was around that
the
era,
Batgirl Burnside and Martian Manhunter had a big title at the time.
Oh yeah.
So New 52 was still
technically it was
still that era, but this is this is not, because I'm looking at the cover right now. It doesn't have that brand. So
Yeah.
and also it's a $2.99 book, and we all remember
Yes.
the phrase. Let's see if we can say it together. DC was holding the line at $2.99.
I have it as a tramp stamp.
That's a good one. I long for these days. But anyway, Dave Walker spoke about what he experienced going into writing Cyborg. So this is what he had to say. He was asked about on Twitter. They were discussing Cyborg, and he said, "All of my changes were met with opposition. I was the only person interested in restoring his humanity. In fact, I was told that Cyborg needed to have more skin showing so he could have tattoos and be quote unquote thugged out."
Yikes.
So Dave Walker wanted to restore Cyborg's body because in the New 52, he had the bottom half of his body was gone, which means he has no penis. And, you know, the idea that this is not necessarily how I feel, but this is what Walker is kind of addressing. The idea that a white writer put in a story that a black character was castrated wasn't sitting well with Walker and other fans, to be fair, and he wanted to restore that. That was one of his primary agendas. And according to him, DC wasn't interested in that. They were interested in thugging out Cyborg, which is just crazy. So he went on to say, when asked if it was Dan Didio or Bob Harris who wanted this, he said, "No, it was neither of them, nor it was Jeff Johns. It was someone who shall remain unnamed. It was not said to me by Johns, but it was said to me by several people in positions of power and influence. The original redesigns of Vic had his arms covered in tattoos. I went behind the back of editorial and asked the artist not to draw him that way. For the record, I have no beef with Jeff Johns and no allegiance to Zack Snyder. I've met and talked to both, and neither is capable of walking on water, nor do they have horns and a pitchfork." Then someone suggested that that maybe it was because the tattoo thing was because he was a football player. Dave Walker said, "No, you're wrong. The exact words said to me were, quote unquote, make him more thugged out. No one said make him cooler or edgier. They said more thugged out. And if you don't think that's dehumanizing, well, there's nothing more to say."
There's implications to that, you know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What does that mean?
More thugged out?
Yeah, like is there a? There's no like. It's such a like. I listen to Eminem way of describing something. Like, I don't know what that means.
Like there's like an expectation that you lean into stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a stereotype, but I'm trying to wonder, like, what do you think the person asking for it is looking for the result to be? Like, it just seems so obtuse in my mind, you know?
So I like to give people grace. And I think that the goal was, I mean, look, whoever told Dave Walker this is probably not a young person, right? They're probably old and white, most likely.
Sure.
And they probably think that, you know, a young black dude with tattoos, that's cool. Someone who's thugged out, that's a horrible way to describe, that's a cool black kid with tattoos and stuff. That's probably what the person was going for. That's an absolutely disgusting way to describe it. They're an idiot for saying that. And obviously that's rooted in stereotypes, that's rooted in racism. Yeah. I'm not sure that the goal was to be racist in that moment.
Sure.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would have to imagine they probably had mental images of like famous rappers, you know, like 50 Cent or that's the end of my list.
Wow.
To be fair, I was thinking 50 Cent
hold on,
too,
let's do your bit. Give me 5 more.
Oh, son of a bitch. Ice-T?
Okay.
All right.
Wow. All right. 30 years ago, but carry on.
Hey, it's I mean,
Got another one for you. LL Cool J.
all right.
Wow. 40 years ago.
LL Cool J has a great origin story, by the way.
Beyonce's husband.
Who's that?
Oh.
I'm asking you. Beyonce's husband.
I told you to name 5. You can't ask me a question.
Name a woman.
Let's come out here say Milli Vanilli.
Tupac.
Okay, that is a
all right,
rapper.
all right.
30 years ago.
Can you
Who's
go?
Beyonce's husband?
You tell me.
What's this guy's name?
His name sounds like 2 letters.
His name is Jazz
Is
O.
it Jay-Z?
It's
Yeah,
Jazz O.
there it is.
Okay, all right.
Son of a bitch. I wanted to get him.
Jazzo.
Do you know
come
Jay-Z's
on.
nickname?
That's a
Kel?
real person, but what's that, Tyler?
Do
I was
know?
wondering if Kel
is
knows
it
that.
Is it Beyonce's husband?
It might as well be.
All right. What'd you name? 4? Yeah, you got 4. Can
No,
you-
that was 5. Thank you.
was it?
Yeah.
LL Cool J, Ice-T, Tupac, Jay-Z's husband. I mean, oh god, Jay-Z's husband, Beyonce. All right, cool. So you did it. Yeah. So this is a screwed up story, but I again, I kind of feel like, you know, as much as it's racist and stupid, I don't know if it was fueled by racism. That's
Yeah.
my only thing.
Like malicious intent.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate more than hateful.
Right. Exactly. And I can't imagine, you know, being a black person, I can't imagine being in a room and I'm trying to like write
Yeah.
Cyborg and like bring him to life and hopefully, you know, sell some comics. And I get in the room with all these great ideas and the person's like, yeah. What if you make him thugged out and give him tattoos and
What if we sent him to prison?
yeah. What if we change his origin to make him a thugged out drug dealer who goes to prison, and in prison there's an explosion that castrates him, and then his dad takes him from the prison and gives him robot parts? What if we do that?
Robot parts with tattoos on them.
Yeah.
I mean, DC's history of pitching black heroes is notoriously bad. So, going back all the way to Black Lightning.
Well,
Well, I mean, what Sean just described too is Luke Cage's.
I was gonna
origin.
say, yeah,
So-
that's-
Oh, true. Yeah. And David F. Walker wrote a fantastic Luke Cage and Power Man and Iron Fist previous to this too. So
oh right, yeah.
All right.
Sanford
This
Green
one was
was
great.
run.
Walker's good. Yeah, Walker's good. The problem is that, you know, you as a black writer are fighting against insanity when you try to pitch a goddamn comic book.
Matt says in the chat,
Jesus.
you know, a white guy in his 40s or 50s said that it
Yeah.
seems like a naive thing that thinks that someone would think is the hip thing to say,
Right.
but doesn't realize what they're actually saying is deeply rooted in racism, and their naivete towards it is rooted in their own racism. But you expecting a rich white guy is to be self what's the word I'm looking for? Self-conscious about that?
Self-aware.
No.
Yeah.
Self-aware. No.
All right, that nasty DC business aside, it's the only time we're talking about DC today. So, hats off to DC.
They got away this week.
Did they? I wish Walker felt comfortable naming names. I want the tea. I want to know.
Marco,
we're
do you want to
supposed
read
to
this?
hate.
Want to read this message
Which one?
in the chat? Matt highlighted a message, so
I got it. Cyborg with tattoos and a restored dick. Jason Love casted as Cyborg in a porn parody when
okay. Yep.
when what?
When?
It's just-
With a
like,
question
It's a
mark.
question mark.
I see.
A little early for Matt to use proper grammar in his porn parody comments. Yeah, guys, I had to deal with that for 3 years on a show weekly.
Great content.
Oh my god, dude! Imagine if you know how some streams have like you can do a voice message.
Oh, I
yeah,
know.
text
Trust
the-
me,
text the voice.
I've looked into it and I've decided against it.
for this
Oh
reason.
my god!
Yeah, for the
dude.
recordings, I think I could bring it if we do like streams and stuff. I might be streaming Fortnite later, guys, just so you know. But
Yeah.
hey, if you're down,
Let me know what time.
Why can't we stream like HOTS or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Sean, if you want to stream HOTS today, I will stream HOTS today.
I don't
What's
know what
hot?
that is.
I can't even play HOTS because of my computer.
I
So
mean, it just got terminated by Blizzard. So
sad days. Let's talk about something nice to cheer me up. Ed Brubaker and Jason Lutz have a comic book called The Fall that is old. It's from 2001, and it's being restored. They're bringing it back. And I thought this was an interesting story. So, Jason Lutz is a Berlin creator. And Ed Brubaker and Lutz teamed up actually in 98. And it was a Dark Horse Presents. Originally, it came out through that publication. And then it went over and was collected by Drawn and Quarterly in 2001. Yeah. So it's an Ed Brubaker story for sure about a convenience store guy who he finds a credit card and he uses it, and it ends up embroiling him in a whole crime drama, Ed Brubaker style. It's coming back to print in color. You got to figure it's probably coming from Image. And what I love about this is that this is a book that if you wanted to get would cost you $60.
Damn.
right, just to get it resold.
Just to get the resell version of the original black and white.
And how many issues was it?
I don't even know. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find out.
I'll look, Sean. You can keep going.
It's 48 pages. So that's like
Not even an issue.
Yeah.
2.
it's like 2 issues. So $60 for 2 issues is obviously a horrible bargain. But it sounds like Marvel shit. But now it'll be republished, and the greatest thing about it is that this is a comic book that most people would never have had the chance to read. It's a restoration of a book that's out of print by, at least, I can't speak to Jason because I've never seen their work, but by, as far as Ed Brubaker is concerned, one of the greatest comic book creators of all time that we otherwise wouldn't have access to. This is something that comics need to do more. How many Grant Morrison classics, Alan Moore classics are there that are just out of print, that were published in another country, or are just really old that don't see the light of day? I can't even fathom how many of those there are in the world that didn't even come from Marvel or DC.
Even this is pre-digital too, and I don't at least Amazon's not showing it as digital. So if it's not on Comixology, is it really anywhere?
Yeah,
right.
So this is the potential to be lost media. If this was never reprinted or printed digitally, I assume it's going to be digital as well coming out if it's
Probably.
printed. Yeah.
And
I
I
agree. Yeah.
I just love this. I think it's great, and I hope they do this more.
It's interesting that they're gonna reprint it in color, because it looks like the original was in black and white.
Yep.
I kind of would like to see the original. Now
I got $60.
Well, I'm not gonna spend it though. 48 pages? You kidding me?
Maybe I can whack you on the head and make you colorblind.
You know what? That might be cheaper.
Yeah, Kale, I'm sure you have thoughts on that too, right?
Yeah, it's good. Bring it on.
He has thought on it.
What out of print book would you guys bring back?
Shit, I don't know.
I like a lot of the old DC Elseworld stuff that were one shots in print.
Yeah.
I have Superman. It is a crossover. I mentioned on the show. It's a crossover with the Fritz Lang Metropolis movie.
That's
that I had to buy on eBay because it doesn't exist anywhere that I could find. So I bought the single issue on eBay. But like stuff like that, I feel especially like comic book one shots and specials that predate the 2000s are hard to find elsewhere. And I would say the amalgam books as well.
Ooh, okay.
That would be that's my biggest thing is the amalgam books. I had one. I don't even know how I got it. I had one and I gave it to a friend and then he moved away.
I have some if you want some. I have the Super Soldier first issue.
Ooh, that's Cap and Superman.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It's interesting that they wouldn't do more of these, even in digital, because like you have the scans, you have the pages, like the DC Universe app, they have all that stuff there, right? Like it's preserved, so put it out. Put some of the original Batman stuff out. Maybe it diminishes the value of the other stuff, but I think not. This is cool though.
You know, they do some of that and like they find ways to do it. Like there was an initiative, definitely DC did it. Marvel may have done it, where they were putting out facsimile issues, where it was like an issue of Batman from whenever the past, and they were reprinting it, and I think it was like it might have been maybe it was $1 or something like that. And Image does that with their number ones a lot, and Marvel I feel like has done it too.
I feel like they've done it with their 90s stuff.
Yeah,
in particular the X-Men and those.
But those initiatives seem to have dried up since COVID. So maybe it's the paper shortage is probably a big part of that.
Yeah, and if they're selling it for $1, $1.99, probably doesn't come like back into something.
So Harris, go ahead, Tyler.
I was looking into the because this was originally published by Drawn and Quarterly, if you guys are familiar with that publisher. And Jason Lutes also did an Eisner nominated book called Berlin with Drawn and Quarterly that looks right down my alley, honestly.
I just got it.
But you just bought it?
I just bought it right now.
yeah.
I've heard really good things about it. I've not actually picked it up.
But Drawn and Quarterly is they don't really do digital. From
they do.
What I can do they? I'm having a hard time at least quickly finding a lot of their stuff digitally. So maybe that's just me doing it too fast. But like, I'm this is something that interests me. This is a team that I like. Also, these Drawn and Quarterly books are so well designed. Holy shit. These look good.
So Harris challenged me. He said, "Hey, I challenged Sean for Pokemon Puzzle League on Switch. Hell, I challenged the Discord server too." All right, listen. Harris and I used to sit in my house, in my living room, for hours and play Pokemon Puzzle League. I'm telling you right now, I will bet an omnibus. I will bet an omnibus of the person's choice that they cannot beat me in Puzzle League in a 3 out of 5.
That is on Switch Online now. I don't know if it is online though, is the issue. Because I know it just got added to the Switch Online games library.
Oh, right. Yeah, it may not be online playable. Well, Harris can come to my house. That's
true.
fine. All the rest of you I don't know.
You can pull up if he really wants to try.
Pull up. Marco, what's up, man? You want to do it?
I've never
I'll
heard
be
of it.
late, but I bet I could do it.
Let's go. Yeah, Kefis, I'm ready. I've gone omnibus mad. Hey, if I lose or if I win, I want one.
Sean coming from the omnibussy is what he's doing.
Oh my god. I'd love to host a party. I would love to host a party. So if anybody wants to take my challenge, feel free. Harris, it sounds like you're first up. And we should do a Twitch or a community game night, a Discord game night. What game do you guys want to play? Let's talk about it.
And what night is good for you?
Yeah, we put that. You go ahead, Kel.
What night is good, and what do you want to play? Let's hear it.
We put the question out in the Discord. I'd love more people to interact with that to let us know what game, what time, when are you around. Well, we were talking about the movie thing this time, but we want to get something situated for, a monthly thing, more than monthly probably. But
If Sean beats me, I'll buy him the Hellfire Gala Hero Click set.
you're
Harris says.
on. You are on. Oh my God, let's go. Let's go. You are on.
HeroClix.
Yes, I love HeroClix.
Yo, do you have any? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Yo, all right.
yo, Sean running
My man
faster than
said
Ezra
yes.
Ezra Miller at a karaoke bar right now.
We gonna go ahead and stop the show so he can get
okay.
Oh, he's already got the Hero Click set
Is-
for the Hellfire Gala.
Sean,
so
is
you don't
that-
need to worry, Harris.
Is that the new X-Men team? The
This
current
is-
X-Men team?
Yeah, this is the
I
new
see
X-Men.
Wolverine. I see you got the
House of
thruple up
X.
top. Yeah.
Beast is up top, you fool.
Oh, okay. All right. And I see
Kelsey Grammer?
Forge. Is that Domino?
Domino's there.
Domino Forge, is it?
Forge is there.
And
yeah.
Doug Ramsey. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I have I have so many, dude. I really do. Like, I love HeroClix.
I'm so glad I didn't get into HeroClix because I have an addictive personality. So
Me too. That's why I had to stop. But yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Wakanda. Let's go to Wakanda. Marvel's taking us to Wakanda with a new Black Panther spinoff called Wakanda. So this is going to be a series, I guess you could say, like, kind of like an anthology series. Each issue will focus on a different character. It's going to kind of focus on like the world of Wakanda, which I feel like Marvel's really been trying to get over the last several years.
I've been trying to get it happening for forever, almost like Wakanda Forever. That it's not definitely a movie that's coming out.
Definitely a movie. They're definitely doing a show on Disney Plus.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So, the first issue is going to be about Shuri, and it's going to be written by Stephanie Williams, and it's going to have art by Paco Medina.
Oh, all right.
That's
Good team.
That's a pretty solid team. Then on top of that, there's going to be a backup called History of the Black Panther by Evan Narcisse and Natasha Bustos. We don't know any more of the creators who are going to be involved in this, but this is cool.
I'm down
yeah.
for more series, especially with Stephanie Williams on it. Yep. Sign me up.
And Evan Narcisse has been writing a lot of Black Panther Wakanda stuff for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Previous Gizmodo or IO9 writer, I think it was IO9 writer. But yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff for Black Panther. So dude knows the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of Wakanda's kind of in a weird spot in the comics right now, just because Black Panther is once again not in Wakanda. He's like, he's gallivanting.
I was gonna say, is he still in space?
He's not in space.
Okay.
He's like,
He's Avengering.
yeah. Well, he's not even Avengering anymore, is he?
Oh,
It's a good point. I don't know. Like Wakanda is in this weird spot where they've kind of replaced Shield at this point too. Like they have all the helicarriers. The agents of Wakanda are like what Shield is now. It's
pretty cool.
strange. Yeah, and like Khazar is one of the agents of Wakanda, along with Gorilla Man and Machine Man, I think, is as well. It's a weird thing going on.
weird.
Yeah.
Matt, I don't think that's true. Matt says I felt weird that the first issue written by a white woman. I don't think she's white.
Yeah, you're thinking of Stephanie Phillips.
Yeah.
Stephanie Williams is black.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of Stephanie Phillips too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I made that mistake when I first saw this, and then I was like, wait a second, no.
It doesn't seem like something they would do.
She's been doing the Nubia series.
Nubia, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Okay.
It's been pretty good.
I've heard good buzz about that book, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the few Wonder Woman like spin-off series that I've been following beyond was it Wonder Girl or whatever.
We're getting some Killmonger too, aren't we, Sean? Did they
Yeah.
mention that? Yeah.
One of the issues will focus on Killmonger. So pretty cool. Harris says, random question: What fictional country or city in Marvel should get a ground level book?
Asgard.
Oh, that's cool.
That's an interesting question, actually.
Ooh,
I
Kunlun.
could be fun. I'd want one on. I don't know if it's in continuity. Give me like a San Francisco one. Bring back those
from
Big
Big Hero
Big
6.
Hero 6 characters into the Marvel universe.
That's
Krakoa.
already on. That's already on Disney. Yeah, Krakoa
I guess that-
desperately needs one.
Latveria. Let me see the people rise up. That's what I want to see.
That'd be pretty cool.
They would die so fast. Like,
It'd be a one-issue mini.
oh my god, that's so crazy. Oh man, rarely is like the dictator himself powerful. You know, like physically
Not by-
powerful. Like
Sure. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Doom himself. There's no army required. Like he could kill everybody in his,
You don't fuck with that guy.
under his foot. Yeah, it's crazy.
I want more Atlantis. I want some Namor shit.
We're getting some. That's for sure.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about Namor today, but I was worried about, spoiling things that aren't officially announced for the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, is that rumor, is that real?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's 100% real. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
We've talked about it on the show before, but
I remember talking about it. It was the I guess the Aztec leanings that made me go, that feels weird.
right.
I'm
that
cool with that. Honestly, there was. I mean, I guess we're talking about it now, Sean.
I guess we are. Sorry.
there is Atuma art as well too, and I love me Atuma. So, yeah, Matt, that stuff is real that I sent you. That's real. Those are like all the
Okay.
shirts that are going to be in HotTopic.com in a couple.
We
months.
might as well address it. So there's a Namor rumor going around that's not officially official, but we've seen like the character concept design of Namor for the next Black Panther.
It's promo art.
Yeah, for the next
Yeah.
Black Panther film.
There was also a toy, I believe.
Yeah.
And as Tyler pointed out, the Atuma stuff.
Namora as well.
Yeah, this is like not a secret.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for Namor. Namor went from being a character that I only recalled because of the Captain America and the Avengers video game from the 90s to a character who I love. I know. To a character who I love to hate in like, 2000s Marvel. I love Namor. Namor is the character that the MCU is missing in terms of personality. They don't have anybody like him. He'd be a perfect sort of foil in my mind for like the Black Panthers of the world. Well, I mean, he would have been.
It's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Thor. I would have loved to have seen him and Iron Man on screen together. So many things they could have done. I'm not sure how I feel about the change in origin.
I'm sure there's a piece of it that's like not trying to just be like Aquaman. It's already came out, like the same sort of beats. So like you base it on a culture, I guess.
I mean, but isn't I didn't see Aquaman, but isn't his whole thing Polynesian?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as direct as this seemingly is.
Okay.
I think Namor and Aquaman are two extremely distinct characters. I wasn't so much thinking about like similarities between them. For me, Namor to you guys also is Asian, right? Like
No.
Oh.
you don't see Namor as Asian?
I never saw it that way. No, I never thought about it, to be honest. When I was seeing Namor, I never really thought race, because in my head it was like, it was like, oh, he's Atlantean, like that was the race in my head. Like I never thought about it that way.
Tyler Olson, I don't see race.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the quote generator when I need it?
Put that on a poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily associate him as an Asian. I just assumed like he's another white dude.
All right.
Yeah, Matt says he's a fucking fish, man. Like that's how far my thought process went.
Dude's got wings on his feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is he from Jersey?
I mean, hey, that some of that water in Jersey might do that.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I've been to the shore.
Atlantis
You know what?
is in the Hudson.
I saw Namor as a guy from the Jersey Shore. He looked like he had like that blowout going on, right?
This is the time where I would love for Pete to be able to do his
Just be
impression
Jersey.
Yeah,
Hey, Imperious Rex, am I right?
not the same.
No.
Harris
Hey, my
said-
name's Namor. I love Taylor Ham.
a little better. Harris said, if the Fantastic Four reboot happens, how soon would you think Namor would have an encounter with them? I mean, if it's definitely happening, but the only question is when, and that's between Kefis and I. But I think they would probably get to that, within a few years. I don't think they'll do that right away.
Yeah.
I give it about 2 weeks.
It's been. No, I'm cool with this redesign for Namor though. Like, if you're gonna root him in some kind of like, if the whole thing is like Atlantis is this hidden world,
The hidden temple of the forest.
yeah, like a Legends of the Hidden Temple sort of thing. Like
Yep.
it's in the. I guess it looks vaguely Aztec or Mayan. It doesn't look specific to either one, just kind of a Central America kind of hidden.
Can you put it on the stream?
I can find it. Yeah, if you want
So
me to
that
just
people
throw it on
can-
there. Yeah. Somebody vamp while I find it.
As we finish the conversation.
I think I like the designs. I think there's a like, for whatever reason, I'm thinking like underwater pyramid and like underwater. It just feels like it works. There's an explorer aspect to it. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I don't mind the redesign. I don't mind that they're sourcing it from someplace because, at the end of the day, it's interesting that it'd be like Central American because that's where like that comes from. Like maybe for me, I'm coming with it in it from that bias of just like, well, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be something alluring to me because while I don't have direct history with it, it's an interesting aspect that I have a basis for, and that's cool. There's some representation in there.
Yeah,
He's got the
more
shorts too. Yeah, he's like the core elements are there. He even has the feet. I didn't find that picture, but I did see a full body shot. He has the feathers on his feet.
They would have said he has the name.
Oh, again, it's following me. God damn it.
He has wing steppers.
He has wing steppers. Yeah.
Well, his whole name too, Tenok, right? One of the rulers of the Aztecs. So like the actor himself.
Oh, true. And we have gods in the MCU right now. Moon Knight, Thor: Love and Thunder. Maybe this is a similar Moon Knight situation where powers were bestowed upon him from a god.
Oh, I hope not.
Or maybe he's
Matt-
the first mutant. Maybe we get our first mutant in the MCU with Namor.
Did you say
Technically.
mutie?
No, I'm
That's
not.
derogatory.
I don't
Jesus.
see genes. Sean.
Disgusting.
You don't see genes? You have X-ray
Nope.
vision?
That'd be awkward.
Matt says, imagine the plot is that Wakanda tries to colonize Atlantis, and the whole plot is like what we have become with, I assume, without T'Challa. God, it does feel like the MCU would go there.
They're
they would
not going to
go
turn
there. Are
Wakanda
you
into
nuts?
colonizers. No
Are
way.
you nuts?
Not gonna happen. Yeah.
Wild.
Latveria, maybe.
Sure. Oh, I definitely think we get a name drop for Latveria.
Like, especially if we're talking about like kingdoms and whatnot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I see it.
I would love that. I don't know if they'll go there. I
Name
would love
drop it.
though. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see.
Um,
When's this movie come out? February? Is
November.
that- It's this year.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Where's
That-
this trailer?
That's what's on the docket. But I have said the whole time I don't think it's coming out. But now it might. It might.
Wait, Namor?
No, and
Black
the Black
Panther
Panther,
with
too.
Namor.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
All right. So let's talk about Thor Love and Thunder a little bit. We're only talking money right now. So don't worry about spoilers if you haven't seen it. Nothing will be spoiled. So Thor Love and Thunder, as of this article came out this morning. So as of this morning, Thor Love and Thunder is looking like it's doing pretty well. It's gonna probably do about $244 million.
Okay, sizable.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Thor Love and Thunder looks like it did 69.5 million on Friday, which is
Wow.
pretty good. I read somewhere, I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere that this was the 5th highest opening for a Marvel movie, for an MCU film.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Wow. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
And this movie's gonna have the advantage of actually being in other countries that won't ban it for a kiss and whatnot, right?
That's true. Yeah, nothing too gay for
My
China
dad.
in this movie. For Kale's dad, yeah. I hope the movie does well. It is doing well. I hope it continues to do well. I love when the Marvel movies hit big numbers. I hope though that some of the negative feedback that's following it, because this movie, so the article I've got from Deadline talks about how this movie and Multiverse of Madness both had B+ scores on Cinema Score, which is I mean that's B+ is solid for sure, but I think
Sound like
Marvel
me.
movies.
It's like me describing my report card to my parents when I was younger. It's fine. Everyone got this. This is the highest one.
I'm the highest B+. I just hope that it doesn't hurt the film, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there wasn't as much like negative internet buzz around Multiverse of Madness. This one's getting a little more heat for some reason. Which we'll get into.
Yeah. So that's definitely not what I'm saying. Definitely not saying that. But yeah, that's all the conversation we're gonna have about Thor. If you want to hear us talk more about it, head on over to our review and listen to that. There will be full spoilers in the review, so be forewarned. We're going into all the stuff. But
I've warned.
be
Thor
six
warned.
warned. That's good. Thor warned. You win.
Thank you.
In our main topic today, we're going to be talking about the Avengers. We're going to be discussing whether or not the MCU needs the Avengers, because after Thor, I definitely feel like we do.
Well, there's our main topic. We'll see you next week.
Do you guys want a break?
I had a lot of coffee, so just give me like 2 minutes if that's okay.
All right, we'll be back here really soon on Twitch. Everybody else, we'll see you in a second.
Yeah,
Hi, guys, we're
pizza
back.
bagels are good.
We're back.
What are
Pizza
those
bagels
called?
are good. Yeah.
Bagel
Bagel
bites.
bites? Yeah.
Bagel bites, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry,
When pizza's
guys.
on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Yeah. Pizza in the
I
morning,
can't.
pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. That was the bagel bites theme, right?
Yep.
We're
Oh yeah,
back.
Sean can't.
Yeah, I
right.
definitely can't.
That's right.
Okay, so my girlfriend decided she wanted pretzel bites
Oh, hell
Auntie
yeah.
Hands?
when we went to see Thor: Love and Thunder. So I was like, okay, great. So we got that, and obviously I got popcorn. At the end of the movie, I had accidentally tipped over the popcorn box, and I put the pretzel bites box in it, and that tipped over. So the cheese was all over the place.
Ooh boy.
And I picked up the popcorn box, and there was cheese on the edges of the popcorn box. So I had cheese on my hands.
Oh.
For me, having cheese on my hands is very scary. So I was like, oh fuck, I have cheese on my hands. Like in my
Kryptonite.
mind. It just freaked me out. Like, and I look down and I see cheese all over my fingers. Most people see cheese on their fingers, they lick it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I hate that plastic cheese shit. It's gross.
You're
Get
right.
outta
I
here.
might have been able to eat that cheese. It's so
Yeah.
fucking processed.
You probably would have
Yeah,
been okay.
it's probably not real, but it's delicious.
Yeah. That's my cheese story. Anyway, so
Riveting.
yeah, thanks. So if you're still with us, please make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube, or leave us a follow or a sub if you would be so kind over on Twitch. As we get into our main topic, does the MCU need the Avengers? So what do I mean by that? Every phase of the MCU, except phase 4, has had an Avengers film. That means that there was something to look forward to, something specific, something ironclad that you knew was going to come, even if you didn't necessarily know what was going to happen. I guess Avengers 1 is maybe the only one we didn't know. We just flat out didn't know at the beginning that was coming. We didn't even know there were phases. What's that phase, Tyler?
We knew Avengers was coming because it was the first after credits stinger.
But I just mean like from the literal beginning. We didn't know from the moment that things started. Whereas,
Like the inception. Okay.
right after within phase 2, you knew for sure, no matter what else, we're getting another Avengers. Like it's
Fair,
a
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
This is the only phase that doesn't have that thing. And coming away from Thor: Love and Thunder, like disregarding how I felt about the movie, just completely putting anything like that aside, the biggest feeling that I had was emptiness, because I don't know what's coming. It doesn't feel like we're building towards anything. And I know that there are a lot of MCU haters, some of them who are listening right now, some of them on this show, who don't give a shit. But I do. And I feel like that lack of building towards something is hurting the MCU, because every one of these movies feels so much smaller because they're not sort of setting anything. They're not working towards anything. This phase very much feels like just a bunch of stories, and they don't feel cohesive. Like, what's the connection point between Shang-Chi and Thor, for example? I'm not saying that they literally always have to have one, but because that's the entirety of this phase, it just leaves me feeling empty.
It's funny that you say that you feel like it's small, considering the scope of these films have been so huge. Like, you have different multiverses in Multiverse of Madness. You have the Eternals now dealing with Celestials. You have Thor dealing with all these spacefaring things, and the scope of those films are huge. But I think it feels almost like Dark Crisis right now, where I don't know what the end goal is. Like, sure, these things are happening and it's all disparate, but what am I? What's the hook? And I'm having fun with the movies individually, and but to your point, that cohesive feeling of an Avengers tackles the larger issues that tie together all the larger issues in the individual movies, and because we don't have that, it you can feel it. You can feel that the like there is no Kang. To Harris's point, like there's no ultimate thing to fix or ultimate thing to try to get at cohesively. So these things just feel like one-off adventures, and they're fun. But yeah, I want something that will bring it all together.
I'll go ahead and read this.
Okay, yeah.
Highlighted.
It's okay to
message
read. I
from-
just read it quickly. So
Okay, thank you. From Matt, he says, I'm actually having a better time with Phase 4 than I have in half a decade. I don't feel like my hand is being held like a little baby getting towards the end. We're getting character development on a mass content scale to build out the world to make up for the loss of Cap, Thanos, and Tony.
and I
no.
think, well, Matt brings up a good point here because I don't think I agree. We do not have a centralized plot thread throughout all of Phase 4. Everything's kind of in itself, but I do think we have a centralized theme, and that theme is youth. It is introducing new heroes. You can pretty much pick out every movie and Disney Plus show has introduced a new young character. You could argue even, well, yeah, Spider-Man's the outlier, I would say.
Andrew Garfield? What are you talking about?
He's a new young hero.
Yeah.
We got like Miss Marvel. We have Wanda's kids. We have Patriot. We had Kid Loki and Loki. Shang-Chi is relatively young.
Kid
But
Loki. Kid
Hey,
Loki.
well, we got variants of characters. So I mean, Loki is a thing where variants exist.
Yeah,
and
you're stretching there with Patriot too. Like, okay, we saw the kid.
oh no, I feel like that's dude. If you don't think this is building towards a Young Avengers, like it is obviously building.
Young
Miss
Avengers
Marvel
is coming, 100%. But I think I agree with Kale in that I don't know how much of a hint we really got at him becoming the guy.
And even still, even if we get a Young Avengers, like, for what?
Damn.
Like where's it? Like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
what are they gonna do?
Right.
longer contracts, more movies. I mean, if you're talking business wise, you lock down the youth.
What does that matter for the story though?
Yeah.
That's for them to tell us.
Yeah.
And I think Young Avengers very well may be the first new Avengers movie that we get.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, God, I feel like we're years away.
Yeah.
Because if they're building towards the Young Avengers, which again, I believe they are, they have not really done much to bring these characters to the forefront. I would say the most exposed person, if we're saying that Phase 4 was that was the agenda, I would say the most exposed person is probably, well, Shang-Chi had his own movie. I don't think he's a part of that. I would say it would be America.
America and Miss Marvel, I would say.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
it. How are you filling that out?
I mean, I think introducing Eli as a character is enough to seed it. We'll see. And they can easily just say, "Oh, it's genetics has super soldier serum in his blood." I think that's what it is in the comics.
Yeah,
And I would agree with
probably,
Matt though. I think the next Avengers will be a new Avengers that is more akin to a West Coast Avengers with Clint. Oh, we have freaking Kate Bishop too. There we go. Fucking Haley Steinfeld, fantastic. But I think we'll get more of a West Coast Avengers. Moon Knight, Clint, She-Hulk. Give me Tigra. But I think those characters are more likely to be an Avengers thing. But I do think they are building to a Young Avengers 100%.
Isaiah or Harris says, introduced the Great Lakes Avengers in Deadpool 3. That's fun. All right.
Shuri, another young Avenger. There we go. I mean, they don't have to
Oh
be
my God,
canonic.
come
They don't have to be
on.
canonically what the
Man,
young Avengers were.
you are reaching.
No, I would agree with Shuri because that is a younger character, regardless of like
Yeah.
where they're drawing the source from. I think his point on be introducing the youth to then build out different teams.
Cassie.
I can see that.
I don't disagree with that, but Shuri.
Okay, maybe not. Okay, I'm just saying, like, that is a character you could. I mean, she might have fumbled the bag on that one, but, but like the fact that Kang exists too. Kang is probably Young Avengers' biggest antagonist. So like, the shit's there. The seeds are planted.
The seeds are planted.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. We've been talking about this for a long time. I'm a firm believer the Young Avengers are coming. Phase 4 feels like right now. I mean, it's almost over. It's not over. There are some things left, but it's almost over.
What
And
marks the definitive end of it? Do we know that? Quantumania, maybe?
I would say Blade.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
we still have Black Panther, obviously, Fantastic Four, and Blade, but the last two don't have release dates.
Well,
And then
Quantumania we have too. Ant-Man.
And Quantumania.
Yeah.
And Kang's gonna appear in that one, right?
Kang is
Confirmed,
confirmed to be in Quantumania.
So maybe we're gonna get like the start of what would be a leading into a Young Avengers for Phase 5, and Kang starts off the piece in that movie from that point on.
I'm with that. I'm absolutely with that. I feel like even if we're saying Phase 5, Young Avengers is undercooked.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I don't feel like there's enough that they could do. And of course, I'm saying this on the front end. We'll see how I feel on the back end. I don't feel like there's enough they can do between now and even if we're talking about 2025 to make that feel ready.
And for me, a Young Avengers almost smells like their first big Disney Plus event series. It smells like they're Defenders to me rather than a big movie. I think a new Avengers or a West Coast Avengers would be the next Avengers movie, but they will put the Avengers title on a Disney Plus series at some point.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I don't think I do either.
Like
Man.
to relegate them to the TV shows just because that's where they've been. I like
Look at Stranger Things though. The youth loves it. Like youth loves a TV series. You know.
You're right.
I think you got to lean into the audience being young too with a Young Avengers. It's not made for me.
If this was our end of the year predictions, you would predict that there will be a Young Avengers. Well, not for next year, but like whatever.
If we were smelling that, as a prediction, we're like, I would say it would be announced as a Disney Plus series. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. And it's being said in the comments. I think that the lack of Kang being an on-screen presence in the films is also hurting. The fact that I don't think his name has even been mentioned in a film yet.
We'll get more Kang in Loki season 2 because that's already filming right now. That'll be the next thing we see.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, Quantumania is before that. No?
Loki's being filmed currently. I've seen set photos. I don't
Quantumania
remember.
is being filmed, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I haven't seen. I mean, that's also something that I doubt will be filmed in the streets of London. Quantumania it could have been filmed already for all I fucking know.
Quantumania is out February, so that's definitely out.
Okay,
first.
I gotcha. Okay,
That's ready.
Yeah.
Kevis makes a good point. The Marvels is another thing that's coming out. I think 2023. So another piece that probably will play into one raising Kamala Star and in further putting her into the movie scene where America is, and then I can only assume that Haley at some point is gonna jump onto the big screen too. Like they're gonna start seeding these individual characters into the film somehow.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's perfect. I would like to see those characters. I like the position they're in, being sort of underneath the heroes who are like the main characters. I'm into that. You know, let them learn, let them grow. I love that. But it feels right now like there's not a central story that's being told. Even if Kang is not there, it doesn't feel like there's a through line from a story standpoint. Tyler has, you know, he made his point about them introducing young characters, and I think that's there. I mean, you look almost anywhere and you see it, but what's the meat of that? You know, what is the meat of the story? I would love if they had, I would have loved if they had continued to talk about how the snap affected these characters, how it affected their world. Like, I want to see more results of that. Like, each movie should have some reflection of what has happened to these characters. You know, without spoilers, I feel like what has happened to Thor isn't a factor.
Yeah, I feel like Thor's the only the only Marvel Disney thing that hasn't referenced it, actually.
In any way.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Does it?
It does. We'll talk about it in the show. I don't want to talk about it, but it
Well,
references it.
even in Endgame, he's all depressed about it. That's why he becomes Fat Thor, right?
That is
He feels impotent because he couldn't kill Thanos.
right. Yeah, because he made a mistake. Yeah.
I guess I meant specifically about the after effects of the snap versus
This,
you know.
I feel like this snap, outside of things like Falcon Winter Soldier, with Captain America 4 just got a director. So I think that will maybe deal with it a bit, because that seemed to be it's a more ground level in that way, and I think that's where the ground level stuff is where they've dealt with the snap. I think it's when you get bigger picture that it becomes a joke at that point. Even like Spider-Man made it a joke, really. So it's also such a weird plot point where I can imagine each filmmaker being like, "Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the confusing timeline of what that is." So
I don't think there's any time. There's nothing timeline to do with it. They lost 5 years. Some of them were literally gone. Some of them weren't. You know, I think that's incredibly interesting. And I thought that the reason that they left the MCU in that place was because that was going to be the thing, and it really isn't. And there is no thing, you know. And it just doesn't feel great. Like Phase 3 was about Avengers disassembled. It was about Civil War. It was about the fracturing of this alliance that had literally saved the world at that point 2 times over. And then they weren't ready for the ultimate threat.
And even Phase 1 was about the building of the Avengers.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it had a track.
Yeah.
It feels like we're not on a track. And I know that there was a desire on the part of Kevin Feige and others to kind of cool things down a little bit, but I feel cooled down all the way. And here's one thing that stands out to me that I knew there was something wrong with this. And I'm so glad this article came out. I haven't talked about it much on the show, but I always felt that Scarlet Witch, and I think I might have said this in the review, Scarlet Witch should have been the villain of Avengers 5. And that she was too powerful and too important to be a villain in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's a plot thread. WandaVision, plot thread. Into Multiverse of Madness, that's a through line, and including No Way Home. They botched it, and here's how I know. An article came out from Screen Rant, and it talks about how Scarlet Witch was supposed to be the villain in Avengers 5. And that pandemic stuff and all that terribleness took away from what was supposed to happen. Michael Waldron on a podcast said, making her a villain from the get-go, it was always like, well, that'll happen in an Avengers movie or something. My perspective was, why are we letting some other movie get the best villain ever? Mm-hmm. Scarlet Witch as a buffer villain in Phase 5 to give the Avengers a reason to unite again, further fracturing the multiverse to make way for Kang, makes a lot of sense in my brain. For Multiverse of Madness to have dealt with none of that, makes it feel hollow to me.
Yeah. I was convinced that Kang was going to show up in Multiverse of Madness. Like it just makes so much contextual sense, and yup.
Because even the release order of Spider-Man, WandaVision, and Multiverse of Madness was messed up. Like it was all
I
supposed to be related, and it
I
wasn't.
see it. I see a through line, even with Multiverse of Madness.
I think I do too.
The through line is multiverse incursions. Kang is our doom for Secret Wars.
Yes, for sure. But
And and
go
even
ahead.
still, just to keep on with that, like if they wanted to do an Avengers 5, like we didn't see Scarlet Witch die.
Yeah, yeah.
But
There's nobody.
they're not gonna make her the villain again.
No, she'll be a
Why not?
Deus Ex Machina instead.
She could be worse. Yeah.
Nah, that's not happening. They're gonna skip right past her, and that's the disappointing part. I feel like that was clear and open, and they whiffed by making her a Doctor Strange villain.
I see her coming back as a hero at their most dire spot.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it's the on your left sort of thing, and Endgame. It's like oh Scarlet Witch is hero, shit's going down. Like that's what's gonna happen. I mean,
She's playing. She's going to be the Captain Marvel of Endgame.
Right.
she should have been the Captain Marvel of Endgame. But
Hey, what's up, CW Gordon? We are currently talking about whether or not the MCU needs to put out a new Avengers film.
well, I guess I should answer that directly. Because yes, they do need to put one out. It is just
Okay.
in terms
so
of
let's start the plugs.
yeah. No, I mean like it's just the like if we're talking this is gonna be boring, but if we're talking business sense, it's a name, it's a title, it's an IP. They need to keep it going. They have friggin' theme parks named Avengers Campus across the world now. Like they need to keep doing Avengers stuff. I think we will start getting adjective Avengers, whatever that may be. Maybe an uncanny Avengers,
Doubt it.
down the line could be.
Kale.
Yeah, I think from a business sense for sure. I think it gives us as fans something to count on, something to rely on. And obviously, we know that it'll happen eventually. But I just kind of want them to work towards it within the films. Is really my biggest point. Fantastic Four being as big as it is, as important as it is, I think that it will probably not serve that Avengers role, but like that and Quantumania are probably where we're going to see the biggest clear picture of where we're going. I think when we look back on this phase, when we're talking about the most important things that happened, we'll probably be looking at Loki. We'll probably be looking at Quantumania and Fantastic Four.
That's wild. Like of all the movies and all the content that's come out, those are the
Loki in an
standouts.
Ant-Man movie.
Dude, what?
I wouldn't
I
be
mean-
surprised if Loki was in the movie.
Oh, I guarantee you, Loki's got to be in that in some
Yeah?
capacity.
It makes sense.
But also, like, I would also view this as a rebuilding period too. Like, once they lose Iron Man, Cap, Scarlett Johansson, sorry, Black Widow, if I'm naming characters, they lost a lot of their main characters. So I can see this almost as like it's a phase 1, part 2 in a weird way. Because I feel like it's them rebuilding their characters to then become Avengers.
So if you were judging this phase against the original phase 1, how would you judge it?
I like this
I don't
phase
think
better.
it's fair.
I like this phase better because we don't need as much work to do the origins. There's a basis of understanding already, and so they just get to go, on the next level of whatever wackiness that they need to, because they're already playing into what we know and what we understand, and that's a much better structure than the initial phase. And the phase 1. I think in terms of building the characters, though, probably a little cleaner in phase 1, just in the sense of introductions and again, that connective tissue, making it feel like it's going to build to something. That's the one thing that for me, like, I don't know what the connection is with Shang-Chi, and yes, what's his face? Oh my God. Wong like shows up, but I still don't know what that connection is. Because of that, I thought they were going to show up also in Multiverse of Madness, but now I still don't know where they're playing into.
I don't think it's fair to compare 1 and 4. 1, they knew what they were doing, but it was still experimental. In Phase 4, they have a cookie cutter. Like, there's a template now. Things are maybe a little cleaner. I wouldn't necessarily say better, but they're cleaner and more straightforward.
I like Phase 1 more. How about that?
Why?
Phase 1 would be Cap, Thor, Iron Man, Avengers, Incredible Hulk.
Yep. It was tight. It was tight. I think Iron Man 1 is phenomenal. I really enjoy Thor 1, and I still stand by Avengers 1. I know a lot of people don't, but
Even the bleached eyebrows, huh?
I think to Phase 1, like we said before, like we could tell where it was going, and it was going somewhere cool. It was going somewhere where everyone wanted to go. But it doesn't seem like Phase 4 is one giving us any direction, but it also doesn't seem to be leaning in the direction that anyone thinks it's going to go.
The only movie in Phase 4 that I really, really like, that I want to watch again and that, stands out to me is No Way Home.
Which might not even be relevant to any of the discussion we're having.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's fair, because I think you can make an argument either way. Like, you guys all like Phase 4 more. I like Phase 1. I think Kale seemed like
I did not take a stand. I don't. Yeah.
You just typical Tyler. I'm gonna opt out and say it's not
Plead
fair.
the fifth.
Fuck
Plead the
that.
fifth.
Fuck
Plead the
that.
fifth.
It's a podcast.
Get an opinion, bitch.
Kels is just, I hate it all.
All right. So ultimately, we'll leave the point with you guys. Do you think that the MCU needs its next Avengers film? What do you want that to be? What do you want that to look like? Harris says, would Secret Invasion be the next big threat? No, they're making a Secret Invasion TV show.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
It should be the next big threat. However, they're going to MCU it.
Yep, it's going to be a joke. It'll have Nick Fury on it, though. So that's kind of
I hope they let him curse on that show.
Just one F-bomb.
Yeah, just one F-bomb.
I forgot what we were doing for a second. I was about to go off on about Thor, so I had to stop myself.
There are lots of ways that you guys can reach out and let us know your opinions. The comment section of wherever you're listening to this works fine. If you want to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/thecomicspals, where for as little as $3 a month, you can help out your boys and you can check out our newsletter. And there's a lot of other cool things that we're doing all up and down the tier list, all the various tiers that we have. We appreciate everyone who does so. We appreciate the people that don't. We love all of you. If you want to catch this live, twitch.tv/thecomicspals every single Saturday at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern for Pals Pools. Thor, God of Thunder book club out now. Go check it out. Chainsaw Man book club coming soon. August? Yeah, August.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And episode 300 on the horizon. So if you guys want to send us messages, be they audio, maybe even video, written, whatever, anything you want to say about the show, about us, whatever, about your being a part of this community, please do send those messages our way. We would really appreciate it. And we'll probably announce other fun things too. We've only got 2 more to go. One more to go, and then it's 300. So it's right around the corner. Yep. Let's get into the plugs. Kale.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TotoInTow. That's TOTOINTOW. You can find my work at caleward.com. That's CLEWARD.com.
Good stuff.
And that's it.
Wow, shit. Marco.
You can find me at Mr. Marco Enomoto on Instagram and Twitter. As always, come talk to me about the mangas, the animes, and gardening. I need to buy a new plant because mine died.
Outdoor or indoor?
Indoor. I want like a nice greenery space, and I have an open corner that I need to flush out.
You ever think about doing like hydroponics for herb planting in the kitchen?
Ooh.
I thought about it, like PVC pipes and stuff. I've looked into it, so yeah.
Okay.
CW Gordon says, I have had it with these MF and scrolls on my MF and
Yeah,
planet.
give me that. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Tyler.
You could find me at Boba Feet 69 on Feet Finder.
And
take
Kristen,
that
too,
name.
apparently.
Nobody take that name because it actually sounds funny. I should probably
Get it
Better
now.
make that account now, yeah.
put my foot in the door, as they say.
No, that'll ruin your chances for money.
It's true.
Yeah, you gotta
It's true.
plant your feet on it.
Yeah. You could follow me at the Tyler Olson on Instagram and Twitter. Talk to me about Muppets. I like the Muppets. I got this Sam the Eagle the other day. Fucking pre-ordered this like a year and a half ago. Muppets are great.
Nice.
Sean, do you have a favorite Muppet?
No.
Wow, fucking no soul
I
me.
bet it would
Jeez.
be Sam the Eagle.
No. I never liked him.
Is it a monster?
Really?
No. Who's a Muppet?
Oh, animal. I like animal.
No, he
Ralph?
creeped
You
me
like
out.
you like Ralph?
Yeah, Marco's his animal for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
Elmo's a Muppet?
Technically, no.
Technically.
Kermit, right? Kermit?
Kermit is a
Yeah.
Muppet. Yeah.
All right, Kermit, yeah. Whatever.
Super Grover.
That's mine.
Oh.
I did like Grover. Grover actually was cool at Sesame Place. There
Oh,
was
yo,
a,
I love Sesame Place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Super Grover roller coaster? Like
I
a
think so,
roller
yeah,
coaster
like a kiddie
for
coaster, yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
I used to get on that ride, do the ride, get off, and get right back on. I love that Super Grover.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah. Isn't it funny how like two Muppets essentially ruined names that were totally normal? Like Grover
What were
was a
those
normal
names?
name.
Grover?
Grover was a normal name before, and Elmo were
Yep.
normal names.
Yep.
Really?
But not anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Grover Cleveland, a president.
What? Wow.
Wow. As for me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram only at Sean Soapbox. I don't think I showed this, so I will now. It's a Jean Grey statue that I got for my birthday. I showed you guys on Palling Around, I think,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I didn't show this on the main show. So I got this.
Nice of you to take it out of the
Nice.
jar, Sean.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude!
Give it a
She
twirl.
would-
Give it a twirl.
She
There
would
it
never
is.
be in a jar. She does not belong in jars. It was a gift by my girlfriend. So yeah.
Cool.
Happy birthday to me. Hit me up to talk about Stranger Things. That was
You done, Sean?
Yeah, I finally
Okay.
got around.
Maybe,
to it.
we'll talk after Thor.
Yeah, that was special. Other than that, super excited for God of War. Can't wait for the next installment in that.
Yo, hold on. We never talked about Mega Man Battle Network coming out.
All right, we'll see you next week, guys. For
Yeah,
Kale, you have a hard out. We can't start that.
my
now.
man said, "Hey,
Man.
you think we can get out of here by such and such time?" Yeah, no problem. Hey, Mega Man Battle Network.
I've never played it.
Oh, they're so
Me
good.
neither.
Oh, they're
Oh, you
so
hadn't?
good.
I thought you were Sean. I thought you were a Battle Network head. Was that not you?
No, I've never played it. I'm obsessed with Mega Man, but I never played that.
Wow, those are good.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd like it or not. I thought you were, but all right. Bye.
All right. Well, on that, we're the Comics Pal signing off. Until next week, take care, guys.
See you guys.
See you next week.